is the least villainous villain?
I think the motivations behind Gaston leads me to believe he's not a villain.
Yeah, Gaston's my answer too.
He wants to get married and he wants to save the girl from the beast that kidnaps her.
He wants to protect the village.
Okay. The other villains that are not villainous, like and you're talking about classic Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't invite Maleficent to the party, and she got kind of mad. I can understand that.
No, Maleficent's a villain. Like she tried to kill a baby because she didn't get a party invite.
She was just putting him to sleep.
Because Meriwether put a
sleep.
spell, or her gift was that she wouldn't die.
Let's be honest. Those three fairies were not the best. They were kind of inept. They're like, they're like, Maleficent's just too strong. They're like, can you do something?
I mean, it is odd that like their powers don't rival Maleficent's, and there's three of them.
Who else is a villain that's like not a villain?
I don't know.
Cruella de Vil.
No, she's definitely a villain.
Mother Gothel?
She's definitely a villain.
Well, nowadays they have like villains that aren't villains. Like Encanto doesn't really have a villain except for the grandma.
Oh, she's a super villain.
The grandma's the villain.
Yeah.
Like they have like vague villains nowadays.
It's like you can
like
tell
Moana.
that it's a bunch of millennials making this and trying to heal their inner child.
Well, Te was the villain in Moana. I guess there's a few because they had like Tomatoa, I guess, and the Kakamora, who turned out to be not the villains.
Yeah. Like I said, this might just be its own whole episode. I was just curious because when I was watching Beauty and the Beast last night, I was thinking.
Are you thinking also like not like effective villains either? Or like.
No. Like their intentions, their actual personality, way of life.
Were any of them justified besides Maleficent?
I don't think Maleficent was justified.
Who else was the from Lilo and Stitch? He wasn't that bad.
There's a whole series of him still trying to kill them or get Stitch or whatever.
He's not really into it. His heart's not into it, especially in the show. From what I've seen,
yeah,
they give him like $1 million. It's like, peace out, I'm leaving. Like literally, there's an episode where they give him like $1 million check that's fake, and he just like goes like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Oliver and Company.
I haven't seen that one in so long.
Dude, that one, like that villain gets like destroyed in the end. It's rough.
So does Ratigan.
Yeah, Ratigan was like extra.
Yeah.
What was McLeach. I'm trying to think of other villains that were
But yeah, my question is like, who is a villain that's not necessarily a villain?
I think Gaston is the only one who kind of fits that, or you can construe that and twist it to be like,
especially considering the time period.
Well, it's like there is a fucking monster that steals a girl and kidnaps her, and it's someone he like thinks he loves or like wants to marry. It's like,
well, he just sees her as a trophy.
He's
wife.
not a nice guy, really, but like he's like, well, I gotta save her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And on that note,
well, for all he knows too,
I've said my piece.
Yeah, no, for all he knows too, she is being tortured and in danger.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on there.
Yeah,
there because some really horrible stuff.
You just hear this horrible story from Maurice, And
Maurice, they think is crazy anyways. They're like, this could be even worse. Maurice is nuts.
Yeah.
Maurice.
And then, really, she just has Stockholm Syndrome is probably what they believe when she comes back and she's like, no, he's wonderful.
Is the Headless Horseman really a villain?
No.
I mean, he's just.
in Sleepy Hollow, yes, but in Ichabod Crane, I don't think
he's just being the head. Well, do we think that's a real Headless Horseman, or do you think it was like guys playing tricks on him? That's the mystery.
That's a Halloween episode for later in the year.
Is Ursula really that bad either? She gave her every opportunity.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, Ursula.
Also, Ariel signed her name. She should be able to write down on a piece of paper that, oh, the sea witch took my voice, I'm a mermaid.
Also, Ariel should have read the contract and not just blindly signed it.
I mean, like, she gave her wish. And I was like, well, these are the stipulations.
But yes, Ursula's a villain. Okay. All right. This episode isn't even about Disney.
This is a mini episode before the episode.
Yeah.
And on that note, the champagne's been popped. The tea is flowing. The winter spice tea, to be exact.
Even though it's spring.
You know where we're going. Where we're going, Beans?
To Universal.
Whoa. We're going what is that one called in Disney or Universal Hollywood? What's the tour called there?
I think it's like the Backlot Studio Tour.
We're going to go back on studio tour, and I'm your tour guide, Captain Zach, and it's with me as his beans.
Or Janna.
Is that what that's called?
I don't know.
It's one of the most efficient rides I've ever been on in my life. Like, it was great. When I've only been there once, and then you go on like 3 or 4 rides within the ride, and it's awesome. Tell them what we're talking about.
Universal Orlando Resort.
I have nothing to add to this conversation.
Oh, you got plenty to add.
What am I going to add?
You've got opinions. You've got questions.
About them taking away Back to the Future.
Yes.
And like the original King Kong and Earthquake.
Yeah.
And Jaws.
Yes.
And that's all I'm going to add to this.
Okay.
All right, that's it. You heard it from me.
All right. So a few weeks ago, I went on a
retreat?
No, it wasn't a retreat. It was like a training.
A sampling.
An educational training with Universal. So
if you knocked that over. She knocked her tea over.
So hosted by my agency, put on at Universal Orlando. They gave us like a 3-park, park to park, 3-day ticket.
Park to park to park.
They're like, they need a better system.
Wait, is the train going to go to the new park? Is the train going to go to the new park?
What train?
The Hogwarts Express?
Oh, no.
What's the point? That's dumb.
I mean,
that's dumb.
They're so far apart.
I don't care where they are.
And there's only one train on the track.
Well, they can add another train now. Make it a triangle.
I don't know, but they're like quite a few miles apart.
Miles apart?
Yeah, they're like 3 or 4 miles apart.
Like where Epic Universe is?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. It's, I mean, that's not far, but it is far.
No, that's really far.
I mean, though, if you think about Disney and all the 4 parks, how spread out those are.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about like taking a Hogwarts Express to Epcot from like Animal Kingdom.
Well, they're not doing Hogwarts Express from.
That's what I'm saying. That's dumb.
Well,
anyways, get into it.
Well, right now too, they're not offering.
These are my insights into this.
They're not offering park to park tickets for like Epic with the others. So it's like you get an Epic ticket.
You only get Epic and no jumping.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to jump, you have to use an extra day on your ticket to do that.
Oof.
Yeah. But we got to stay at the new Stella Nova Resort, which opened back in February. And
this is the one that has the Terra Nova, Stella Nova?
Terra Luna, Stella Nova. And Terra Luna.
I hate these new names.
I love them.
Terra Luna? What's the theme? Dazzle me.
Space?
Wait, you don't even you were
Celestial?
There. You don't know?
I mean, like,
you were there.
It's Stella Nova.
What does that mean?
I mean, think about the name. It's just all celestial.
When you say Stella Nova, I think of like the 60s for some reason, and I'm not sure why.
Maybe I'm not sure
Chevy
why
Nova.
either.
70s, Chevy Nova.
But Stella Nova is going to have a walking path to Epic.
That's wild.
And so Universal has their resort categories broken up by Signature, which would be equivalent to the Disney Deluxe, Prime Value, which would be like Disney Moderate, and then Value, which is Value. Or maybe it's Prime. I can't remember. But
Aventi?
No, it's a Value. Yeah.
Grande.
So
tall.
The Stella Nova and Terra Luna, those are like Prime Value, so those are moderate resort types.
Very good. You got it right.
I know. And interesting thing, all the resorts there are owned and operated by Lowe's Hotels. So
okay.
I don't know. It's just, it's weird to me because, it's like.
Not Universal.
Yeah.
They like outsourced it kind of.
Yeah. Which I guess
might be smart, actually.
Yeah.
Since they actually know the hospitality business better than Universal, because I never think of like Universal Hotels as much.
Yeah. But they have 11 now with the opening of Terra Luna and Helios.
Oh, Helios. That's it.
Grand Helios. Yeah.
Well, what'd you think of the rooms?
Oh, they were beautiful. And when I walked into it, I was just like, oh my gosh, this room is massive. And then when my roommate showed up, she was like, it's like the size of like Pop Century. And I was like, you don't think it's bigger? And she was just like, no, it was just tall ceilings.
Tricky.
It is tricky. But one thing too, when you're looking at getting the room, You can book either a pool view or a standard view.
Pool.
And
not a pole view.
If you book the pole view, look, I am Southern. This is how I say it.
It sounds like you're saying pole view.
I don't care.
Okay.
Pole view.
There you go. That was better.
And yes, you get a view of the pool, but you also can
Yeah,
kind of
really good that
see Islands of Adventure. But if you just get a standard view room, you've got like a full view of Epic.
All right.
And the standard view is cheaper.
That's weird.
It is weird.
You get to see the flaming windmill.
Yeah.
Dope.
They weren't testing it while I was there.
I didn't care about the dark universe area at all until I saw the pictures and the videos. I'm like, nope, that's the one I care about the most now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to see a flaming
yeah,
windmill.
And
I don't care about them Universal monsters at all.
I don't care about monsters whatsoever. I don't like horror, you know. And
it makes me want to actually like it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm just like, maybe I want to watch actually like Bela Lugosi, Dracula, and like the original like horror movies from like back in the day.
Like the actual Universal monster
The
movies.
actual Universal monster movies. And then we got to watch Monster Squad, of course. Monster Squad.
Yeah, I cannot wait for it.
To watch Monster Squad?
No. For Epic, which is just opening in a couple months. It's going to be crazy. And like they're already doing like team member previews and team member friends and family previews.
Farts and family.
Yeah. So Stella, did I say that Stella Nova is going to have a walking path to Epic?
Yes.
Okay. Terra Luna will not have the walking path.
Yeah, in your face. Well, how far? Isn't it the same hotel?
No, they're like separate.
So they're like Port Orleans and...
Yeah, it's essentially like Port Orleans, Riverside, and French Quarter. Although, like, you can walk between French Quarter and Riverside. You can't do that with Stella Nova and Terra Luna, but they are like next door to each other.
Wait, why can't you walk to them?
There's
water
stuff separating them.
Oh, like a wall?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Well, not like a wall, but like a wall of trees. I think
a wall of trees.
They're not going to be easily connected.
All right, enough about this hotel stuff.
But you know, it's weird.
I don't care.
Well, so I was very excited for this, and I had a lot of fun. But you just still don't get that bubble, you know?
Like because you still see Florida.
You still see Florida, and like you're still
Let's take
having
that wrong
to
turn like we used to do.
You know, if you're staying at a resort,
I-4.
Yeah, you got to drive to get to the parks and everything. Like take a bus, and so you're seeing all of Florida.
Yeah, it's not the nice part.
It's not, and like even at Stella Nova,
but you get all those Alvin shops everywhere, so you're like, oh man, I can get a hermit crab.
But even at like Stella Nova, like you look off to the right side, and there's an apartment building there.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
so weird, and it's just like looking at Stella Nova. But you know what? It's still nice. I barely even noticed an apartment building there.
Well, get into the nitty gritty because I don't even know what you're going to talk about right here.
Well,
I don't want to talk about hotels.
I've always been under the assumption that
you hated Universal.
That I hated Universal. That Universal is like a one-day park every few years. You know.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been now in like 9 years.
I did like 3 full days and did not get everything done.
Yeah.
And I had like
and Epic wasn't even open.
Right. And I had the accessibility pass, which by the way, they do so much better than Disney, you know, and it's so much an easier
Is this going to be coming
process.
to the Universal podcast instead of a Disney centric one?
I mean, I know I get fixated on things, but I really miss Universal right now.
God.
Like, I want to go back.
Do you miss Jaws? You never rode that, did you?
No, I was too scared because I took rides literally when I was a kid.
Okay.
You
were Back to the Future?
No, because I thought we would literally be going back in time. I know, Zach. We were dumb. Okay, I don't know what to tell you.
You rode Earthquake though, right?
Yes, and I was terrified.
Did you ride the original King Kong?
I don't think so, because again, we thought King Kong was real.
Well, there's nothing.
That's probably too old.
There's nothing
to be
disproving that he's not real. I guess
it was real.
Oh man, what if there's a Godzilla ride coming?
I remember we rode ET,
Ugh.
and I was freaked out.
Garbage ride. I hated that ride.
I don't like that movie.
I think I think I liked it as a kid, and now thinking about it as an adult, I'm like, I don't think I like this. So
I knew I didn't like it as a kid, but I still watched it a lot.
He looks like a raisin.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe one day I'll give it a second chance and be like, do I like this? And then I'll be like, that's probably the noise I'm gonna make the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so anytime we've ever done Universal, like the two of us, we've only done it twice before together.
Yeah.
Once was in like
2010
when they had first opened
Harry Potter, right?
Yeah, Hogsmeade over at Islands of Adventure. So we just bought like, a 1-day, 1-park ticket for that.
And all that was open was the main ride, Dueling Dragons, and then the Flight of the Hippogriff, right? I think that's it.
Yeah, Hagrid's wasn't there.
And you could only get into like Honeydukes and like the Hogs
Ollivanders.
And and like all the other stores were like nothing. It was just storefronts, which pissed me off because I was like, I want to go into everything.
Right.
And they fixed that with the other area.
Yeah, we spent most of our time there, and then we
we didn't go to anything.
Yeah, well, we went over to
went to the Marvel area, and they made you ride Doctor Doom, and you absolutely.
Oh, you know what?
It.
I guess we did three times. We did it once in 2010, and then on our honeymoon in 2013, we did a day there.
Oh, okay.
And then 2015, we did a park to park. So because
Gringotts just opened.
Well, not Gringotts. What? Diagon Alley. I was
Diagonally.
Yeah. So we had to do a park to park. And to be honest, like the Universal park to park tickets are expensive.
They're like $200, right?
More than that.
$250.
I think something.
$800.
Yeah. $800.
$8,000.
So Universal really is one that it's like you save a lot of money if you do a multi-day.
You like the food better.
The food was so much better than Disney, and I was nervous about it too. Because
you kept sending me pictures of stuff. You're like, this is so great. This is so great. And I'm just like, man, I've never heard you say this much stuff about like Disney food.
Yeah. Or
because I feel like Disney food is in general now. You're just like, ugh.
Yeah. The Minions Cafe. Oh, I could eat every meal there. Like it was so good.
What was it?
So I ate there twice. Once I got like a salmon with Thai cucumbers and coconut rice.
It sounded way healthier than anything Disney has.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. And okay, so back when the former 3 times that we went, and me being gluten-free, like they were not gluten-free friendly whatsoever. So I was really nervous about this.
Also, the only places we ate were like the Hog's Head, I feel like, or whatever that one's
called. 3 broomsticks. Like,
which is heavy British food.
Yeah, and that was actually my least favorite meal I had this trip. Like,
interesting.
I don't. The breakfast was good, but
we ate at the supposed highest rated restaurant in a theme park. Mythos,
I think it's called.
Is that still there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And it's still highly recommended.
It was fine. I was like, this is.
I
was
the best. Not impressed.
Anyways,
but again, I'm usually not one to be impressed by food.
Yeah, she hates food.
But it was like
if she could eat a pill to eat, I think she would.
I would. I even have like protein pills to help me with that. But
like, I just don't want to be bothered with it.
I don't. Chewing is just exhausting. But anyways,
what? Jesus is so exhausting.
I just get tired of it. Well, I have to chew a lot.
It's so boring.
I don't know. Like my grandmother taught us like you're supposed to chew each bite 27 times. So like
27.
Like
it's very specific.
It is very specific, and I mean, and that is what you're supposed to do to like help with like digestion and breaking everything down, and especially
that's why you have TMJ.
Now with Hashimoto's, it really helps with like the whole swallowing and acid reflux aspect. But it's exhausting, and that's why I'm such a slow eater too.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's neither here nor there,
or anywhere,
But okay, so I just want to talk about the food for a minute.
All right.
Because it was so good. And the allergy, the way they do the allergens now is just so much easier. So you do your mobile order, pick out what you want. And it's not going to tell you, unfortunately, on the mobile order if like this is good for gluten sensitive or egg sensitive or whatever. You just do it. You place it and then there's an option to add an allergy note. And you don't select your allergen. You just put allergy note on there. Then you find a table, you scan the table QR code, and so that they know that you're there and where you're sitting. And then the chef comes out and talks to you and, discusses your allergen, what you've ordered, if they can make it work, or if you should be doing, if you should do something else.
How are the lines for food?
Non-existent.
Wow.
Well, for where I ate.
And the parks were busy though.
The parks were very busy.
'Cause
Now
it's like at Disney, sometimes you're just like, "Ugh, I don't even want to get in line.
now the ice
Although we do
cream
the mobile order.
that ice cream shop in Diagon Alley.
Fortescue's. Is that what it's called?
I don't think that's it, but it's something with an F.
Pretty sure that is.
It's like Florian or something.
Flourish and Blots.
I don't know.
You're getting all the stores mixed up.
I am getting them all mixed up. That line was always insanely long, and I waited in it for like 20 minutes and had not even moved a person forward. So
Someone's making a big order.
no, I think it's, I don't know. So
It's like McDonald's and the ice cream machine was down.
yeah. So I was like, I can't keep doing this.
The ice cream machine's broken. You are ice cream.
Yeah. Now I will say though, obviously not everybody's going to be educated in allergens. And when I went to Honeydukes one morning, like I was just in there, like look around, get pictures of everything and stuff. And I asked a cast member up at the bakery section, I was like, is anything gluten-free? Because, it never hurts to ask. And, it's like cross-contamination is not really an issue. That has been in the same case, And he was just like, I'm not sure. He asked the other team member standing there, and she was like, yeah, it's all gluten-free except for like these 3 things. And I was like, the cupcakes and the cookies too? And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I like just eating breakfast. It was an interesting getting thing. So I was like, I'm going to come back later, And when I came back later, I was like, I'm going to, ask again.
Let me ask again. 'Cause,
this is just too good to be true, And the girl was just like, no, like nothing's gluten-free except for like this like piece of fudge. And I was just like, oh, because when I was here earlier, what they said? And she was like, let me call my manager. Manager came over, manager pulled out the book, and she's like, you can look through this and see and stuff. And so, here at every restaurant, they're going to have like a book you can look at, just like Disney does, if you want to actually see all the ingredients for everything, especially if you've got like multiple allergens. And of course, everything had gluten in it, except for like the one piece of fudge, she said.
Did you try the fudge?
No, I'm not a fudge person.
Yeah, I'm not huge on fudge.
Yeah. So, if you're not talking to the chef, ask to see the book. Mine is just like an intolerance. But if I had an actual allergy, and just like listen to that person.
Disney Spring situation.
Yeah, it could have been really bad. So.
All right. You talked about the food. You talked about the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got? What else are you reporting back?
I am holding to that the Islands of Adventure side is better than the Universal Studios
It's always
side.
been better. It's always been the case. It's newer.
Yeah, but the thing about Universal Studios.
What's at Universal? Is that Jurassic Park?
No, that's Islands of Adventure.
What's it?
So Universal Studios is going to have New York, San Francisco.
I don't know what that means.
So New York is going to have
Jimmy Fallon, right?
Yes, which
Why
got
is
stuck
that
on.
there?
I don't know.
When we saw that
I
pop
don't
up on
know.
like ride-throughs, I was like, "There's a Jimmy Fallon ride."
Yeah, it's got
real visceral.
There's also
reaction.
like Transformers. There's Fast and the Furious. The Mummy returns. The Simpsons Land, Men in Black, DreamWorks area.
with Shrek.
Yeah, with Shrek and the Trolls and
Okay.
Puss in Boots and Kung Fu Panda. That area was really cool. And Shrek always had like a long line to meet
Shrek is
him.
fire.
He is. Well, Donkey is
Did
hilarious.
he ever say, "This is my swamp now"?
No, but I never went to meet him.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't know what I'd say.
You say, "This is my swamp now."
Well, when we go back with the kids, you can say that.
I'm going to tell him Shrek is love, Shrek is life. See how he reacts.
Yeah, that section was cool. Oh, E.T.'s over there too.
Ugh,
Yeah,
he's disgusting.
I still wrote
I
it.
want to ride the Mummy.
The Mummy was fun.
Mummy's it's like a
The
weird
Mummy
carnival
scared
ride.
me. Although I got really mad on the Mummy
Good.
because like I had just bought a bottle of water and
I say wine.
I was walking into the ride.
And they made you throw it away.
Well, when I went through, like I was just like, is this fine to bring? And because, they're very strict on like what you can and can't bring on rides.
Yeah, they have the locker system
Yeah.
everywhere.
But, like I had like a little shoulder bag, my little toothless shoulder bag. So that was fine. So she was like, yeah, cool. And so I get up there and, I'm doing the accessibility line. So I'm getting like right on. And I go and like I put my restraint down and everything. And the team member comes by and just like snatches the water bottle out of my hand. And I was just like,
So sweet.
yeah, it's like, what? Why can I have this? Like, nope, you can't have it. And it's just like, can I get it back after the ride? Like, I literally just bought that. he's like, nope, it's gone. You shouldn't have brought it. And like, then ride goes. I'm just like, so mad.
It's kind of terrible.
It was. He was
What an asshole.
pretty rude. Yeah. He was the only bad encounter I had with a team member there. Everybody there was so nice.
Because when we went back in the day, it was not the case.
No, everybody's rude. God, especially when you asked about like an allergen order.
So
Ugh.
maybe it's true that all the employees from Disney and the Imagineers went over there. Although they're stuck on the screen rides, though. They really love
that's
those.
the thing about
really love those.
The studio side has so many screens, and when I went, like my first day, I was like, I want to ride everything, you know? And again, I've got my accessibility pass. I had to put on like my big girl pants and ride things alone that I wasn't sure how I was going to do on. So
what were you scared of?
Everything.
Oh. Well, like most of that stuff we've never ridden.
Anytime, not me.
No, we've never ridden a lot of the stuff there.
Yeah. And, you know, with like new rides, I always have you go first to tell me if
The Simpsons and you had like a freak out.
Yes, I had a full-blown panic attack on The Simpsons. Like,
isn't it just a virtual roller coaster?
Yes, but I did not take the claustrophobia warning seriously because so they put you in like this little room with like the people that are going to be in your ride vehicle, and they're like playing like a Simpsons video, and like one thing is like it tells you it's like claustrophobia. And when I heard that, I was like, well, let me look up and see what this ride actually is. And I looked it up and it's like, oh, it's fine. It just kind of looks like
these people don't know anything. And you're like,
Star Toursy kind of vehicle is like what I was picturing. But no, it was not. And I felt like I was super trapped and stuck and just had a full blown panic attack. And
solid. That's what you want.
Yeah. And there was like a family singing from, I was like, and I looked at them, I was like, can you please talk to me? I was like, I'm like really freaking out right now. And she started talking to me and like calmed me down a lot, which was nice.
Which just like dove into her marriage and like just got real, and you're just like, not like this, please don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you know, she's just like, so is this like your first time at Universal? You know, like how long are you here for? What have you done? What are you going to go do next?
How would you like to extend your car's warranty?
Like, and it was just like, oh, I hated that ride. It was awful.
Right.
It was awful.
Did you ride the Minions ride?
I did the Minions, like I don't remember what it's called.
Did you do Transformers?
Yes, I did Transformers was fun. And I did Men in Black.
You didn't do Spider-Man?
No, but that's because I was just so tired by the time I made it over to Islands of Adventure.
Okay.
But
Men in Black's just like a shoot 'em up.
It is, and one of the Minion rides I did is like a shoot 'em up too, but you're standing on a moving sidewalk the whole time.
Weird.
And it was not. I mean, again, I think, you know, if y'all had been with me or something, it would have been a little more entertaining for that. But the problem is, again, the studios has so many screens, and like when I did my first day and I just did back to back to back to back ride, I started getting just like an awful headache and had to take like an hour or two of just doing nothing to recover from that.
Wait. So is Gringotts then? Which side is Gringotts? Is on Universal then?
Yeah, it's on the studio side.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and
you didn't like that. That was the first time you ridden that, right?
Yeah, it was very underwhelming.
I like the line queue a lot.
The line queue was fun.
I like the line queue for that and the other ride a lot.
Hogwarts.
Yeah. You loved Hagrid's.
Oh, Hagrid's was absolutely amazing. My number one favorite roller coaster ever.
Huh. Wow.
Like, it was so cool.
More than Tron.
Whoa. Yeah. It was.
More than Goofy's Barnstormer?
You know what? This one makes Goofy's Barnstormer look like a kiddie coaster.
Wait, more than the Ninja?
Oh, God, I never want to ride the Ninja.
Scream Machines?
No, we're not doing Six Flags. We will never. But they had this show, too. It's called The Born
Identity?
It's Born Identity, but
Like a stunt show.
yeah, it's a stunt show. That was so cool.
Why don't we
Like,
have a Pirates
absolutely
of the
so
Caribbean
cool.
stunt show? It's like a no-brainer.
I don't
He's
know.
so good.
I don't know. But
It's stupid.
yeah, there for 3 days, did not get to do everything.
So all your previous misconceptions have been debunked. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that you still hate E.T.
It's still, well, I mean, it's a fine ride. It
Is
just, I mean, there's a lot better ones now, but I appreciate that they still have it.
I think that's just there because it's the oldest, and like, but when it comes to that park, like in general, like they've gotten rid of everything from my childhood anyway. I'm like, why are you even keeping that? It's just like no one cares.
Of all the ones to keep, like,
Well, it's like at
why
least
that one?
it's interesting. Like they kept it like at least with King Kong, I guess they updated it to a different version of a King Kong ride, and still kept King Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why not do like that's why I was like
That reminds me, like every single ride at Universal Studios, you get like splashed.
wet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's annoying.
it's hot out.
Also, but back to the Fast and the Furious ride.
Family
Oh God, the amount of times I said family in the pre-shows
with family.
was astounding. But it was
You don't mess
so
with
like,
family.
I feel like having Fast and the Furious as like a franchise that you can do attractions on, it was very,
Not Fast and Furious.
it was not Fast and Furious.
What is it?
It's like you're on a
Is it a
party
roller coaster?
bus.
What?
Yeah, you're like
What?
on a party bus. There are screens and you're driving through and like,
It's not like a driving thing.
no,
It's not like fast paced.
no. And there's like one point that you're
I thought
like,
it was a roller coaster.
that there's,
Or is that coming soon?
that's coming in Hollywood soon.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully they'll bring it to Orlando.
That's weird.
But like there's one point where like you're coming up to a party that God, who's the rapper that's in it?
Vin Diesel.
No.
Ludacris.
Yes. That Luda's like coming in
Ja
with
Rule
like
was in
some
the
lady,
first one
but
too, I
like
think.
there's just like half naked women just dancing, and like the party gets like busted up by the bad guys or something. I don't know. It's a strange attraction.
Do we know what number like up to Fast and Furious they were on when they made that?
It's newer.
It's newer, so they
I
had
think
like
it's a
at least
newer
8.
one.
There's like 10 of those things.
But one thing that's really cool though about Fast and Furious is that the cars that they have there are actually like cars they used in the movies.
So they're family too.
Yeah, and you can ask a team member to take a tour of it, and they'll like let you back there and actually get like.
You can touch
Close.
Dom's car.
I don't know if you can touch it, but you can
You
get
touch Paul
close to
Walker's
it
car from the first one?
for stuff. And they also have like in one of the line queues, I can't remember if it's single rider or a different one, but they've got like essentially like the pink slips for cars, like the titles.
Yeah.
And a keychain with the car on it, and it's just like all these little Easter eggs. They even have like a Han Solo one.
Han Solo.
Yeah, but it's spelled weird. So those are like fun little Easter eggs. Also, the pigeons are everywhere at Universal.
You like weird things.
I love pigeons.
Wind mice.
They're so cute.
What else you got?
I didn't get to do as much violence.
This is
as
gonna be
I've been interested
revisited,
in.
by the way, when I go too. Because when we
Yeah.
go, we're going in December. So
Yeah, so expect that episode in January.
next year, 2026, coming soon to the
Yeah.
interview.
Yeah, well, we're going to be doing 2 days at Epic, and 2 days at the other two parks. So, we did have like a day of training while we were there, and we found out some just interesting stuff. Like, I asked, if Epic is going to be open later than the other parks, because the parks usually close around 5 during the
Which
week.
is terrible.
And sometimes 7, maybe 8 o'clock on the weekends. And, I asked if Epic was going to be staying open later, and our rep was just kind of like, maybe don't know. And she explained that Universal is in a residential area. So anytime they want to stay open after 5 p.m., they have to get permits from the city to do that.
super cool.
Yeah.
You'd figure the
It's
city would like
wild.
be like lenient and be like, yeah, let's just let them do it because we're getting more revenue.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, City Walk stays open till like midnight
Yeah,
every
but that's
day.
just
But
like an outdoor mall with a movie theater.
City Walk was a little lackluster to me too. Like, I was expecting kind of like downtown Disney
Oh, no, it's not like that.
kind of thing, Disneyland. And there was only like one Universal store there. And then, I mean, there was like the Epic Preview Center, which was cool. But then everything else was just like mostly restaurants and bars.
Yeah, it's kind of what it's always been.
Yeah.
Not that many stores.
Yeah. The other thing too is it's like at Universal, once you like exit the park, you're still at City Walk and you still have like
It's
another
a long way to go.
mile to walk to get to the buses or the parking lot.
What else you got?
They are building.
God.
So, well, no, I just want to say that
Oh my
like
gosh.
with us saying that, like Epic is a few miles away from the other resorts and parks, Universal is actually building like a bus only lane, road to go from Epic to the other resorts and parks. And that is only going to be about a 7 to 10 minute drive on the bus. So not too bad. I mean, that's, shorter than going to most of the parks from Disney.
Yeah.
Any of the Disney resorts are about the same. They did finally release the single day Epic Universe tickets. Yeah, starting. They don't have any for the month of May because it opens May 22nd, but
It's
starting
gonna be May.
June 1st, they do.
June.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
that's
you
why
have- you
we're
have-
able to do 2 days.
You have any final thoughts for me?
I honestly can't wait to go back.
That is why I did not think you were gonna say that.
I know. Like,
You were texting and I was like, man, she's having way more fun than I thought she would here because I feel like
Yeah.
she would have been like complaining about everything. But
well, and
I feel like you complain about Disney way more.
on my way there, or like before I left, I told you I was like, since they close so early, maybe I'll go to like Disney one night after, and I never did that.
Yeah.
I mean, part of it was I was like way too tired.
Well, it
But-
sounds like from when we went, they really turned their shit around.
They did. Like I said, everybody was like so pleasant.
Because
and
people were
then-
very unpleasant when we were there.
Yeah.
No,
And-
everyone was kind of miserable, not wanting to be there.
I do think Universal is
It's
getting
more-
to be more kid friendly.
Well, I mean, with all the like the DreamWorks stuff, I think it's like the animation stuff
Yeah.
coming there more and more. I think, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially with the How to Train Your Dragon and
Like, I mean, I could see the kids spending like hours in the DreamWorks area.
well, I think they're gonna flip for the Minions. They're gonna flip for the Shrek stuff. They're gonna flip for the How to Train Your Dragon part. Maybe Dr. Seuss.
Oh,
Is
the
it still-
Dr. Seuss area was fun.
They'll probably like that.
Yeah. And the Dr. Seuss area has
They'll probably like Harry
4
Potter. area.
rides.
Even though they can't go on anything in Harry Potter, pretty much. They can ride like
yeah.
the
They,
train.
they can ride the Hagrid or the Flight of the Hippogriff. Yeah.
I didn't know
and-
that was still there.
Yeah. But then too, just on the accessibility note, Universal is just so much better than Disney, especially after Disney made those changes last year. Like Universal does it the way that it should be done, where you provide a doctor's note to a third party and the third party will either approve you or not. And once you get approved by the third party, Universal will call you to discuss your issues, and then they make the actual approval.
Why don't you tell them where you can find us?
You can find us on...
Man, it's this again. Just hit a wall.
I know. I need to have it written down in front of me.
What do we call it? Back lot? Single tours. He
You
goes
can-
on a cruise. His first name is Tom.
You can find us on Instagram at Backlot Tours, online at backlottours.com, and on
Like, share, and
Spotify
subscribe.
and Apple Podcast. Yes, like, share, and subscribe. Please leave us a review as well. And if you'd like to book your own vacation, please reach out. I would love to help you. Universal is going to be where it's at this year.
All right, take us home.
Well, there's a great big pretty okay tomorrow.
It's shining at the end of every day.